Partial differentiation, problems on composite functions and the chain rule. Hello future engineers and my dear students, welcome back to Mudassir Academy. I am Mudassir Sheikh. We are in the module 2 of the engineering mathematics 1 syllabus. In the previous videos, we saw some problems on partial differentiation which are very important. If you haven't watched the video, then I request you to please refer the playlist and watch the videos, and along with them some other videos on engineering mathematics. So, in today, we will solve some important exam question based on partial differentiation of composite functions. What? Composite functions using the chain rule. See, keep in mind this is a 7-marker compulsory question in the VTU examination paper, and it's very easy. And even if you find it difficult, I am here to make it damn easy for you. So, also please don't skip the video, watch till the end so that you write each and every step correctly in the examination and get the full 7 marks. We will be doing today problems on partial differentiation of composite functions. So, what actually is the composite function means? See, composite means function inside a function. Okay. So, let us put it in a simple way. A composite function means that a variable depends on another variable, and that variable depends on something else. It's like a chain dependency. So, let me put it in a very simple, more simple way. Let's say 3 students are sitting, what is A, B, C. They are writing exam paper. Now say A is writing the answer. Now B is copying A's answer. B is copying A is writing the answer, B is copying A's answer. Now C will be copying, say, B's answer. That means B is dependent on A and C is dependent on B. That means indirectly C is writing whose answer? A's answer. This is how it works. Okay, let me explain it very simply mathematically. Let us take a function, say, let u be the function of, say, x and y. Okay, x and y, fine. And let x and y the function of r and s, r, s. That means u is the function of x and y. X and y is the function of r and s. That means u is the function of r and s. It implies what? It implies u is a function of r and s. One more very simple way of explaining this is, if u has 2 wives, x and y has 2 children, r and s. It means u is the father of r and s. U is the father of r and s. So, u is having 2 children here. One is, I can write dou u by dou r. This one dou u by dou r. Other is dou u by dou s. So, as a chain rule, function of who? 2 wives x and y, 2 children r and s. So, see, I need one r and s only, dou u by dou r and dou u by dou s. See how I am writing this. We can write dou u by dou r as nothing but dou u by dou x into, I need dou u by dou r. So, dou x by dou r plus again y, dou u by dou y into dou r, dou u, see, dou x to x cancel, I get do here also dou u by into, sorry, dou y by dou r. That is it. This is how it works. Get it? See, I need dou u by dou r only. Once first one, dou x to x cancels, dou y dou y cancels, dou u by dou r, dou u by dou r. Similarly, dou u by dou x will be as it is dou u by dou x into here what? Dou x by dou s. Dou x to x cancels. Getting it now? Plus dou u by dou y into dou y by dou s. This is how it works. This is for a 2 function, x and y. X and y is function of r and x. So, u is a function of r and s. So, dou u by dou r and dou u by dou s are the 2 partial derivatives which I am writing in terms of a chain rule, function of x and y. So, I need dou u by dou r to be maintained. See, dou u by dou x into dou x by dou r, dou x to x, dou u by dou into dou y by dou r cancels. So, I get dou u by dou r and dou u by dou s. That is how it works. Okay. Similarly, let us write the same way for 3 functions. Okay. So, for 3 functions, let us say u is a function of p, q, r. So, u is a function of p, q and r, and again say p, q are the function of what, say x, y, z. So, you can take anything you wish. So, I am taking like this p, q, r, x, y, z. Okay. That means u is a function of p, q, r. P, q are the function of x, y, z. Then u is a function of x, y, z. So, again a simple way, u has 3 wives x, y, z. Sorry, p, q, r. P, q, r has 3 children x, y, z. U has 3 wives p, q, r. P, q, r has 3 children x, y, z. Then u is the father of x, y, z. So, u has 3 children now. So, it has 3 children. One is x, other is y, and other is what? Z. So, you can write here 3 derivatives. So, write here first, that implies u is a function of x, y, z. 3 kids. So, 3 kids will be what? First here and here. Okay. So, one is dou u by dou x, dou u by dou x, other is dou u by dou y, other is dou u by dou z. So, now let us write it. So, how to write this now? See, with respect to how many wives are here? 3 wives p, q, r. So, how do I write it? So, we write dou u by dou x as dou u by dou p into dou p by dou x, very very simple, understand like this. Next one is second wife q plus dou u by dou q into dou q by dou x plus dou u by dou r, third wife, into dou r by dou x. That's it. See how it's maintained. Dou u by dou x, dou p cancels, dou q cancel, dou r cancel, dou u by dou x maintained. First one. Second one, dou u by dou y, similarly as it is, right? This will be again dou u by dou p into dou p by dou y plus dou u by dou q into what? Dou q by dou y plus dou u by dou r into dou r by dou y. Fine. And lastly, dou u by dou z will be dou u by dou p into dou p by dou z plus dou u by dou q into dou q by dou z plus dou u by dou r into dou r by dou z. I hope this is very very easy to write. I hope you understood clearly. U has 3 wives p, q, r, 3 sons x, y, z. So, 3 kids dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y, dou u by dou z. This is how we write it here. Dou u by c, dou u by dou x is maintained, will be cancelled. Here also dou u by dou y, see dou p dou q dou r dou r, dou u by dou r. Here dou u by dou z, dou p dou q dou r dou r. So, dou u by dou z, dou u by dou z, it's partial derivative. That's how it works. Very very simple. So, understand this in a perfect way. Say it carefully how it's done. So, you will be using this concept in solving for the problems. Okay. See, there are a couple of classical questions which are frequently asked in examination for 7 marks. One is in front of you. If u is equal to f of x minus y, comma y minus z, comma z minus x, show that dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y plus dou u by dou z is equal to 0. So, they can also give this as ux plus uy plus uz, as I have mentioned in the first class, the basics, that dou u by dou x means ux, dou u by dou y is also written as ui, and so on. Okay. So, let us solve this problem here in a very simple way. So, please don't skip the video. See each and every step so that you can get full marks. Okay. And before solving, as many of you know that I am undergoing cancer treatment. So, despite of my pain and my present health situations, I am coming forward to making useful content for you, because you know that many people of VTU, there may be 15, 17, 18, 21, 22 scheme have got their vaccine M1, M2 and so on. So, please do this favor for me. Please refer your friends, share these videos in your group circles with your friends or classmates as much as possible, so that they can get benefited from it. And if you want to motivate me and support me, then please don't forget to subscribe. So, let us move on to this question. So if u is equal to f of x minus y, comma y minus z, comma z minus x, so that dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y plus dou u by dou z equals 0. So you cannot solve this directly. You cannot directly write dou u by dou x equal to f dash and so on. Not possible. So we will solve this using the chain rule. This is a composite function, function of a function. We will solve using chain rule. How to make it function of function? I say in a very simple way. And before going to that, I write this here. So u is equal to f of x minus y, y minus z, and z minus x. See this question carefully. In the previous videos, I have mentioned something called a symmetrical function. That is, in the question given, if you change x to y, y to z, z to x, the question remains same. So what I was telling, if you change x to y to z, and z to x, the question remains same. Such functions are called as what? Symmetrical functions. The beauty of symmetrical functions is what? You find only one thing, enough. Then simply change x to y, y to z to x. That's all. There is no need to keep on finding the other partial derivatives. Okay. So now here, if I take this, say p, okay, let's see if it's symmetrical or not. Say if I change x to y to z, again y to z, z to x, again z to x, x to y. See, the question remains same, x minus y comma y minus z. So it is what? It is a symmetrical function. It is what? A symmetrical function. So that means, how to solve this now? So what I simply do is, this is this symmetrical function. I take this as p. Okay, I have this. So I take this as what? P. Let's take this as p. This is q and this is r. This is p, q, and r. Okay. So I write it here now. So that p is equal to x minus y, q is equal to y minus z, and r is equal to z minus x. Now, see what happens. See it carefully here. See carefully. Now, u is a function of what? F of p, q, and r. But p, q are the function of what? P is x minus y, q is y minus z, and r is z minus x composite. So, u is a function of p, q, r. P, q are the function of what? X, y, and z. That means u is a function of x, y, z. Again, u has 3 y's p, q, r. P, q, r has 3 children x, y, z. U is the father of x, y, z. So, there will be 3 partial derivatives here now. There will be what? Dou u by dou x, 3 children, dou u by dou y, and dou u by dou z. But since we already seen the question, it's what? Symmetric function. There is no need to find everything, only find for one. In the answer later, for dou u by dou y, you can change x to y, y to the z to x, p to q, q to r, r to p. So I'll write here p to q, q changes to r, and r changes to p. So as I told you, we'll find first dou u by dou x. So we have dou u by dou x equals. So what is that? I have given the formula earlier. Please refer that beginning. Dou u by dou x, p, q, r, 3 y's. It means dou u by dou x should be maintained. So this is what? Dou u by dou p into dou p by dou x plus p. Dou u by dou q into dou q by dou x. See, dou q, dou q, dou q, dou u by dou x maintained. Again, lastly, third wife, dou u by dou r into dou r by dou x. That's it. That implies, I write here, dou u by dou x equals dou u by dou p. I don't know, keep it as it is. Dou u by dou p into dou p by dou x. What is p? P is x minus y. Dou p by dou x, partially differentiate p with respect to x. If x is 1, y is 0, so into 1 plus dou u by dou q, I don't know, into dou q by dou x. Q has y minus z. Is there x here? What is q? Y minus z. There is no x. Constant. Differential constant is what? 0 into 0 plus again dou u by dou r into dou r by dou x. R is z minus x. There is x here. Differentiation x is minus 1. So z is 0. Differentiation minus x is minus 1. So minus 1. So we have dou u by dou x equals dou u by dou p, 0 and this minus here. So, minus dou u by dou r. Now, to find dou u by dou y and dou u by dou z, we did not find because we have checked the question is symmetrical. Is symmetrical means what? Simply change x to y to z, z to x, p to q, q to r, r to p. That's it. So, similarly, you write. Similarly, we can write here dou u by dou y is equal to dou u by dou y is equal to. So, what happens? Dou u by p changes to what? Q minus dou u by dou r changes to p, and lastly dou u by dou z will be again q, p changes to q, again q changes to what? R. Dou u by dou r minus p changes to q. That's it. Okay. Now we have everything dou u, dou y, dou x. Let's put it here and see what the answer is. That implies dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y plus dou u by dou z is equal to, what's that? Dou u by dou p minus dou u by dou r plus dou u by dou q minus dou u by dou p plus dou u by dou r minus dou u by dou q. See, everything cancels here. So, dou p, dou p, dou q, dou q, dou r, dou r cancels. So, that implies, therefore, we have dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y plus dou u by dou z is equal to what? 0. So, that's what's required in a question. So, the answer is what? 0. That's it, as simple as that. But you need to practice it. Fine. See, the next problem here is, if u is equal to f of x comma y by z comma z by x, then show that x into dou u by dou x plus y into dou u by dou y plus z into dou u by dou z is equal to 0. This problem is similar to the previous one which is solved. Only difference was that there the function was x minus y, y minus z, z minus x, and they asked to show dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y plus dou u by dou z is 0. But here the function is something different, x by y, y by z, z by x, and they are asking to show x into dou u by dou x plus y into dou u by dou y plus z into dou u by dou z is equal to 0, or they can frame as x ux plus y uy plus z uz is equal to 0. As you already know, ux is dou u by dou x, uy is dou u by dou y, and uz is dou u by dou z. So, let's solve this question in a similar way as we solved the previous one. So, write u is equal to f of x by y comma y by z comma z by x. So, we discussed this already. If you see look at the question, if I change x to y to z, z to x, say let's change here x to y to z, and y to z, z to x, and z to x, x to y. The question remains same. See, x by y comma y by z comma z by x. So, such problems or questions are called as symmetric function. The function like this is called as symmetric functions. That is, when you change x to y to z, z to x, the question remains the same. So, the advantage of checking out it to be a symmetric function is that we need to find only one partial derivative dou u by dou x. We need not find dou u by dou y and dou u by dou z, because obviously x will change to y to z, and z to x. That's it. Okay. So, we know that this is now a symmetric function. This is what? Symmetric function. Okay. So, let's solve this now. Okay. Now, how to solve this? So, we will be using the chain rule here. So, this is a composite function, we will make it composite and follow the chain rule. So, I will write this as P, this is Q, and this is R. Fine. So, we have here my P is equal to x by y, Q is equal to y by z, and R is equal to z by x. Okay. Z by x. Fine. So, we took PQR. Now, this becomes a composite function. How? See, now u is a function of what? P, Q and R. P, Q are the function of what? P, Q, R. P is x by y, we have taken Q as y by z, and z is R is what? Z by x. So, P, Q are the function of x, y, z. That implies directly U is the function of x, y, z. So, it implies U is function of x, y and z. So, that means there will be three partial derivatives. Which are they? One is dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y and dou u by dou z. These are the three partial derivatives. But we need to find only one. Why? Because symmetric function. Once you know dou u by dou x, so there is no need to find dou u by dou y and dou u by dou z. We can simply replace x to y to z. That's it. Okay. So let's find dou u by dou x. So the dou u by dou x as a chain rule is written as, go back to theory. U is a function of PQR. Yes, 3y is PQR. PQR has three children x, y, z. So U is the father of x, y, z. Dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y, dou u by dou z. So let's find dou u by dou x is nothing but with respect to the three PQR. So it is dou u by dou p into, I need dou u by dou x, okay, into what is that? Dou p by dou x plus dou u by dou q into dou q by dou x, dou q cancel, dou p cancels, plus dou u by dou r into dou r by dou x. That's it. So this will be equal to, now that will be equal to, implies, I write here, dou u by dou x is equal to dou u by dou p, I don't know. Dou u by dou p, I don't know. Keep it as it is. Dou p by dou x, what is p? P is x by y fraction. Dou p by dou x, x by y. So x by y, so y is down. Differentiation of x is what? 1. We are partially differentiating. Be careful here. Listen carefully. We are partially differentiating with respect to x here. So 1 by y as it is, x is numerator. So difference x is 1 plus dou u by dou q as it is. Dou q by dou x. See, q is y by x, y by, sorry, z. But we need dou q by dou x. Partial differentiation with respect to x. But q is y by z. There is no x here. So it's a constant, and differentiation of constant is what? 0. So into 0. Plus lastly, dou u by dou r as it is, dou r by dou x. Very important here. See here, z as it is, x is down, z don't touch it. Z as it is into differentiation of 1 by x. And I always keep on repeating in my videos, this is very important differentiation. Remember, in engineering, differentiation of 1 by x is what? Minus 1 by x square. Differentiation of 1 by x, listen carefully, differentiation of 1 by x is what? Minus 1 by x square. Differentiation of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. So into minus 1 by x square. That's it. Therefore, we can write dou u by dou x is equal to 1 by y dou u by dou p minus z by x square into dou u by dou r. But what I need here? I need x into dou u by dou x. Therefore, that implies x into dou u by dou x is equal to, multiply by x here. So this will be x by y dou u by dou p and minus z, x cancels, z by x dou u by dou r. That's it. So now as we have found a value of x is dou u by dou x, we need to find y into dou u by dou y plus z into dou u by dou z. And we need not find it because we have already seen the symmetric function, and as we discussed in previous problem also, and as I told you, in symmetric function we find only one term, simply the cycle repeats, x changes to y, y to z, and here p to q, q to r. I write it here. So what happens? X changes to y and y to z and z to x. Cycle. Similarly, p will become q, q will become r, and r will become p. That's all. This is how the symmetric works. So let's write here. So that similarly, or you can write from symmetry. Okay. So right. Similarly, we can write y into dou u by dou y is equal to what happens? X changes to y upon y changes to z and dou u by p changes to what? Q minus again z will change to what? X, right? And x will change to y and dou u by dou r will change to what? P. That's it. Okay. Similarly, we can write z into dou u by dou z is equal to. So tell me y changes to what? Z. Okay. And z will change to what? X. Dou u by q will change to r. X will change to y to z, and dou u by dou q. That's it. So we have all these things here. So let's put in the function that is the what you're asking for. It is x dou u by dou x plus y dou u by dou y plus z dou u by dou z is if I see if 0. So that implies you can write. So it implies right here that implies x dou u by dou x plus y dou u by dou y plus z dou u by dou z equals to. So let's put all these terms here. What is my x dou u by dou x? It's x by y dou u by dou p minus z by x dou u by dou r plus again y by z, y dou u by dou is y by z dou u by dou q minus x by y dou u by dou p and finally what remains? Z dou u by dou z is plus z by x dou u by dou r minus y by z dou u by dou q. That's it. So let's add them together and see what happens. See x by y cancels, z by x cancels, this cancels. So the answer is what? 0. That means you can write that implies therefore x dou u by dou x plus y dou u by dou y plus z dou u by dou z equals to 0. That's the answer. Full 7 marks guaranteed. So please take a notebook, take a pens, practice both the problem in the same way which I am doing here, and I bet you won't lose a single marks. Okay, I hope you will do it. Done. So that's all for today's class. We have learned how to partially differentiate composite functions using the chain rule in a very simple way, and I have solved two very major important exam questions which are worth 7 marks. Practice this problem well as they are frequently asked in examination. So the next video is going to be very interesting. So please stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now. Like it, share with your friends, and if you have any comments, please drop the comment box below. Till then, be positive, be confident, believe in yourself. See you in the next video. Bye.